Hello everybody, welcome to Sir Chua's Accounting Lessons PH, and this is our general subject orientation for the course, Updates in Financial Reporting Standards. At the end of the video, you should be able to have a basic understanding of the purpose of this subject and enumerate the lessons and topics covered by the subject, Updates in Financial Reporting Standards. This is your lecturer, Kevin Troy M. Chua. Before anything else, please like, share, and subscribe to Sir Chua's Accounting Lessons PH and hit the notification bell button to alert you of the latest video lessons. For all of your questions, comments, and suggestions, please put them down in the comment section below. And for webinar and speakership invites, please send me a message at kevintroy.chua1994@gmail.com. Thank you very much for your utmost support for Sir Chua's Accounting Lessons PH, and may these videos continue to help students in their online learning and academic development. May these videos continue to help teachers in enhancing their lesson plans and teaching methodologies. Thank you very much for trusting Sir Chua's Accounting Lessons PH as your online learning partner. Maraming salamat po. Okay, so this is our general orientation for the course Updates in Financial Reporting Standards. This course is designed to orient the students with the different updates in financial reporting standards. So basically, that's what we'll really be talking about. However, we want to be specific here. The course will help you understand cash to accrual basis of accounting, financial statement preparation, which is your statement of financial position, comprehensive income, changes in equity, cash flows, and the notes. Okay? And then interim financial reporting, segment reporting or operating segments, and then accounting for errors, including its impact on financial reports, how to correct them, and also the adjustments that we need to do on them. And then earnings per share, related party transactions, and the PFRS for small and medium-sized entities and micro enterprises. So basically, that's the coverage of updates in the financial reporting standards. That's per the course syllabus of the Polytechnic University of the Philippines in the course Updates in Financial Reporting Standards. Okay, so the expectations for every student at the completion of this course is number one, you should have a clear understanding of the concept of cash basis of accounting and the accrual basis of accounting. And also, you should have acquired a thorough knowledge about the preparation of the complete set of the financial statements as enumerated there in the slides. And then you should also equip yourselves with a general and clear understanding about interim financial reporting and reporting segments, and then understand the nature of errors, its effect in the financial reporting process, and its correction. Have a clear understanding of the computation and presentation of earnings per share in the financial statements, and acquire knowledge and understanding of the PFRS for small and medium-sized entities and the PFRS for micro enterprise. And you should have assumed responsibility, integrity, accuracy, timeliness, and neatness in the preparation, presentation, and submission of required tasks. Actually, number 7 are the things or values that you need to learn so that you will be trained on how to be professional in a corporate setup. You should have practiced responsibility, integrity, accuracy, timeliness, and neatness in all of the things that you will be doing in this subject. Okay, so that's also per the PUP course syllabus in updates for financial reporting standards. Now, for the grading system, please just check your school's course syllabus. So if you're not from the Polytechnic University of the Philippines, basically you have a grading system different from ours, okay? But this is just a general subject orientation. So basically, this is pretty much for everyone, okay? However, please attend the specific course orientation that will be conducted by your professor. So if you are under me, then you should attend the course orientation specifically for this subject and specifically for your section, because that's where we will be discussing the grading system and any class policies, and then the technicalities on how we will be doing the online synchronous classes every week for this subject. Okay, so again, please check your course syllabus of your school if you're not from PUP, because This is pretty much for everybody. This is uploaded in YouTube. Anyone can access this. Okay, so just please check the grading system in your core syllabus if you're not from PUP. Okay, so at a glance, these are the topics that we will be discussing. The first one is the cash to accrual basis of accounting, or cash and accrual basis of accounting. We'll be comparing them. And then financial statements and the statement of financial position. And then the next is, as you know it, the statement of comprehensive income and the statement of changes in equity. And then the statement of cash flows and the notes to financial statements. We will also be discussing interim financial reporting and operating segments or segment reporting, and then accounting for correction of errors, and then earnings per share, related party transactions and disclosures, and the Philippine Financial Reporting Standards for small and medium-sized entities, and PFRSS for micro enterprises. Okay, so I think we're ready to talk about them one by one. Okay, so for the cash to accrual basis of accounting, we will be comparing the cash basis of accounting versus the accrual basis of accounting. Basically, you already have a, a proper level of understanding regarding this one, since this has been discussed with you in basic accounting, right? However, we will be digging deeper here in updates on how to really transform reports from cash basis to accrual basis, because as you know, we need really to report our financial reports using the accrual basis of accounting. Okay, so we will be also talking about sales and purchases as to cash and accrual basis, and then we will be also going back to the concepts of deferred and accrued income, and then expenses, prepayments, and accruals. But I'm telling you, this is not the level 1 in basic accounting. So my suggestion is, please master the adjusting entries in your FABM1 or in your basic accounting, so that you will be able to get this, because this is already the next level. Okay, how to transform these cash basis to accrual basis, and the things that you should have learned in basic accounting regarding adjusting entries. This is level 2 already. Okay, this is a higher level, so you should be able to understand deferrals, accruals, prepayments. You should have mastered that before you take this course. Okay, so that's my suggestion. Please go back to your adjusting entries on deferrals, accruals, etc. Okay, you should master that before taking this course. Okay, then the next one is the financial statements and the statement of financial position, and the standard relating to that is Philippine Accounting Standard 1, which is presentation of financial statements. So we will be talking about the nature and objective of financial statements, and then components and responsibility as to financial statements, and the general features of financial statements. So at a glance, we will be looking at the FS. After we have discussed financial statements in general, then that's the time that we go to the balance sheet or the statement of financial position. So that's where we start in the FSS. Okay, so the nature of the statement of financial position, current and non-current classifications, and then refinancing of currently maturing obligations. That's on liabilities, actually, if the entity has the option to refinance their obligation. So we will be talking about that as well. And then presenting your statement of financial position in report form or account form. Okay, so we will now be detailing how to properly prepare a statement of financial position in a corporate setup. Basically, this is constructive accounting, this is corporate financial accounting. Okay, now after you have prepared your statement of financial position, we can move on to the discussion of your comprehensive income and changes in equity. We're still at Philippine Accounting Standard 1, presentation of financial statements. Okay, so the nature of the income statement and the statement of comprehensive income, and then we will be discussing what are the inclusions or maybe exclusions in profit or loss and other comprehensive income. So what shall be seen in your comprehensive income statement, and then any reclassification adjustments, and functional and natural representation of your comprehensive income. Okay, and then for the statement of changes in equity, we will also be including how to properly present your changes in equity. Basically, your statement of changes in equity is quite easy in your sole proprietorship and partnership. So the more thing that we will be discussing here in statement of changes in equity is for a corporate type of business. So that we will have columns on share capital, share premium, retained earnings, so on and so forth. Okay, so basically that's what we will be talking about in the statement of changes in equity. And then we will also be talking about the statement of cash flows and the notes to financial statements. So what is the nature and purpose of the statement of cash flows? And then as you know it, we report three business activities and cash inflows and cash outflows, sorry. So that is operating, investing, and financing activities. Okay. And then how to properly prepare the statement of cash flows, either in direct method or the indirect method. And then the nature, purpose, and order of presentation, basically how to prepare the notes to financial statements. So as you see it, we will all be talking about the financial statements. For those who graduated in the accountancy, business, and management strand in your senior high school, you already had a discussion of this, but it's more on the easier side, okay? But it already gave you an idea of what we will be talking about here, because in FABM2 you already knew how to segregate or to classify current and non-current assets, current and non-current liabilities, and then the functional and natural presentation of your income statement. So pretty much everything you have already learned it in FABM2. However, our focus here in updates and financial reporting standards is how to prepare these financial statements on a corporate level. Okay, so how you will be doing it in an accounting firm, how you will be doing it in your own industries. Okay, so that is the focus. Basically, it's constructive accounting. Okay, so that's our focus for this subject. Okay, and then we move on to interim financial reporting and segment reporting. Philippine Accounting Standard 34, which is interim financial reporting, and PFRS 8, which is segment reporting or operating segments. Okay, when we say interim financial reporting, it's these are financial reports or financial statements that are prepared in which the coverage of it is less than 1 year. Okay, so interim, that's why it's called interim, no? So we will be talking about the definition and then frequency of interim financial reporting, and then what should be included in interim financial reports and what are the explanatory notes that you need to put on them, and then how to properly present them. And then for segment reporting, what are the principles of segment reporting, and then determination of reportable operating segments and any disclosure requirements for operating segments. Okay, so that's our interim financial reporting and operating segments. Okay, and then we will also be talking about PAS 8, which is accounting policies, changes in accounting estimates and errors. That's actually the title of PAS 8, but we will be focusing here on the correction of errors. So what are the different kinds of errors and how to correct them, and then how to analyze them on their effects in the financial statements, how to adjust them, how to correct them, and then how to properly present these and the disclosures that are needed in these errors. Okay, so the thing that we will be learning here in correction of errors is how to correct them. You need to analyze what happens when your FS is wrong and what are the corrections that you need to make. Okay, what is the effect of this error in your income statement? Is your net income overstated or understated? If you have overstated inventory, understated inventory, you were not able to depreciate, what is the effect of those errors in the financial statements? So we will be talking about that as well. Okay, and then we also have PAS 33 or earnings per share. So we will be talking about the basic earnings per share, which is your net income over outstanding ordinary shares, and then your diluted earnings per share. Okay, so in cases of these different transactions or scenarios, what will be the presentation or how much will be your diluted earnings per share, and basically how to properly present and disclose these information in your financial reports. And then we will also be talking about related party disclosures, which is past 24, simply related parties. So since the standard is more on disclosures, basically the topic will be really more on disclosures, okay? So the definition and concept of related parties and requirements for disclosure for related party relationships and transactions. So how will you know if the transaction is a related party transaction, or how will you know if the relationship is deemed a related party? And then lastly, we will also be talking about the PFRS for small and medium-sized entities and the PFRS for micro enterprises. The definition and concept of small and medium-sized entities, and what are the entities with public accountability. If you're first time adopting the PFRS for SMEs, what shall you do? And then the provisions of the Securities and Exchange Commission, are you exempted on them? And then the transition from PFRS to SMEs, you want to go to full full PFRS. That's full PFRS, okay? And then the application as to the elements of financial statements, assets, liabilities, and capital. And then for PFRS for micro enterprise, what is a micro enterprise? How can you say that you're a micro enterprise? And then the sex provision and preparation of financial statements, and basically all of the disclosure requirements that you need to know for these things. So that's pretty much everything of the updates for financial reporting standards. And I hope that we will have a great semester together. Again, please like, share, and subscribe to Sir Chua's Accounting Lessons PH, and hit the notification bell button to alert you of the latest video lessons. For all of your questions, comments, and suggestions, please put them down in the comment section below. And for webinar and speakership invites, please send me a message at kevintroy.chua1994@gmail.com. This has been Sir Chua's Accounting Lessons PH, and to God be all the glory, honor, and praise. Thank you and have a great day. Sarangeo. 나도 모르게